This is breaking news. Tonight, the royal family is rocked by a stunning development. Prince William has reportedly banned Harry and Meghan from all future royal events. Sources inside the palace confirm the decision is permanent. Crowds gather outside royal residences as the world reacts in disbelief. Headlines across the globe echo the shock. The divide between the brothers is now official and irreversible. As the world reels from the latest royal fracture, let's trace the timeline that led to this moment. A saga marked by mounting tensions, public confrontations, the unraveling of a royal bond. It began in May 2018, with the fairy tale wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. The union, heralded as a modernizing moment for the monarchy, was watched by millions worldwide. But behind palace walls, cracks were already forming. By late 2018, rumors of discord between Meghan and members of the royal household began to surface. Reports of staff departures, alleged clashes with Kate Middleton fueled tabloid speculation. Then, in October 2019, Harry and Meghan's candid interviews during their Africa tour revealed the strain. Meghan's emotional admission, "Not many people have asked if I'm okay," sent shockwaves through the press. Harry's own words confirmed the rumors. "We're certainly on different paths at the moment." Everything changed in January 2020. In a stunning Instagram post, Harry and Meghan announced their decision to step back as senior royals. The news dominated global headlines and triggered emergency meetings at Sandringham, known as the Sandringham Summit. The Queen's statement was measured but clear. The Sussexes would no longer use their HRH titles or receive public funds. The months that followed were marked by increasing distance. In March 2021, Harry and Meghan's explosive interview with Oprah Winfrey brought the conflict into the open. Allegations of racism, lack of support, and family tensions painted a stark picture of life within the royal institution. Prince William responded tersely, "We are very much not a racist family." But the damage was done. The brothers' once close bond seemed irreparably strained. Harry continued to speak out, describing a cycle of genetic pain and suffering, and criticizing the firm. Meanwhile, palace insiders hinted at growing frustration and a sense of betrayal. The death of Queen Elizabeth II in September 2022 briefly reunited the brothers in the public eye. But even then, body language experts noted the distance, both physical and emotional. The release of the Sussexes' Netflix series and Harry's memoir, Spare, in 2023, brought fresh revelations, reigniting controversy with every new claim. Each statement, each interview, each book excerpt added fuel to the fire. The rift, once private, had become a global spectacle. And so the stage was set for tonight's Bombshell Directive, a moment years in the making, rooted in a timeline of turmoil and broken trust. As headlines swirled and cameras flashed outside the palace gates, a different drama was unfolding deep within the royal residences. Behind closed doors, far from the public's gaze, private meetings became the battleground for the family's future shadowy corridors, heavy doors closing softly, silhouettes gathered around long mahogany tables. Inside these historic rooms, voices were hushed, but emotions ran high. Senior royals convened in urgent sessions, some scheduled, others hastily assembled as new allegations and leaks hit the press. Courtiers shuffled confidential documents, advisors whispered strategies. Every word was measured, every glance scrutinized. Leaked reports would later hint at heated exchanges between William and Harry, Queen Elizabeth acting as mediator on more than one occasion. Sources described an atmosphere thick with tension. Long silences, sharp retorts, the weight of centuries-old tradition pressing down on every decision. Family gatherings, once warm and familiar, grew strained and formal. Even private dinners became fraught with unspoken accusations. Trust eroded, allegiances shifted. The palace's ancient walls would tell stories of loyalty-tested secrets. Jealously guarded fragments of confidential discussions found their way into the public domain. Anonymous insiders fed tantalizing details to the media, fueling speculation, painting a picture of a family divided in public and at its very core. The world could only guess at the true nature of the conversations, a royal family struggling to keep its house in order, even as the foundations began to crack. As the royal family grappled with unprecedented decisions, the world turned to those who could offer perspective. Royal historians, seasoned analysts. In hushed libraries lined with centuries-old tomes, experts began to piece together the significance of what was unfolding. Family disputes within the monarchy are not new, but a permanent ban of this kind. It's almost without precedent in the modern era. The last time we saw anything similar was during the abdication crisis of 1936. Another analyst, Professor James Aldridge, adds, "This is more than a personal rift. It's a crisis that challenges the very fabric of the monarchy, a reminder that, even today, tradition and protocol can be wielded as powerful tools or weapons within the royal house." Experts emphasize that every royal action echoes through history, shaping public perception and the institution's legacy. The ban on Harry and Meghan is not just a family matter. It's a seismic moment in the story of the British crown. Newspapers' library shelves, experts in discussion. As the world waits for official confirmation, historians caution that the decisions made today will be studied for generations to come. The palace, they note, stands at a crossroads, one that could redefine what it means to be royal in the 21st century. Throughout the centuries, the British royal family has been no stranger to scandal exclusion, the painful act of banishment. Black and white photographs flicker across the screen. The Duke of Windsor, once King Edward VIII, walking away from the crown for love. His exile, both a personal and public rupture. Archival footage rolls, capturing Queen Victoria's strained relationship with her son. The future King Edward VII, and the whispered rumours that led to royal isolation and courtly coldness. Dramatic reenactments evoke the echoes of Princess Margaret's heartbreak in the 1950s. Her forbidden romance, subsequent distancing from royal favour. The camera lingers on faded letters, newspaper headline, a royal outcast newspaper headline, scandal at the palace, each a testament to the monarchy's long history of drawing hard lines when personal choices clashed with tradition. Yet, as historians point out, there are striking differences this time. Never before has a royal ban been declared so publicly, or with such a sense of permanence. In the past, exiles often faded quietly into the background, their stories rewritten in the margins of royal history. But today, the world watches in real time. Every decision magnified by the relentless gaze of modern media. Patterns emerge, the tension between duty, desire, the expectations of the crown, the needs of the individual. But this ban, experts agree, feels different, more final, more absolute. It's a break with protocol as much as with family, and its impact may shape the monarchy's future in ways we have only begun to imagine. As the royal ban is announced, a media firestorm erupts across the globe. Screens flicker with breaking headlines. Royal rift now irreversible. Windsor walls go up. A monarchy divided. Newspapers pile up. The Times, the New York Times, Le Monde, the Sydney Morning Herald. On television, anchors dissect every detail. BBC correspondents standing outside Buckingham Palace. CN panels debating the future of the monarchy. US late-night hosts weaving the ban into their opening monologues. Social media explodes. #royal ban, #family feud, #Windsor drama. Tweets scroll across the screen, some expressing outrage, others support, and many simply disbelief. Political voices weigh in. In Parliament, MPs call for calm, while across the Atlantic, US commentators question the relevance of the monarchy. European leaders offer carefully worded statements, balancing respect for tradition with concern for the human cost. The world is watching, not just as spectators, but as participants. Each headline amplifying the shockwaves from Windsor. Each comment amplifying the shockwaves from Windsor. Each meme amplifying the shockwaves from Windsor. As the cameras pan from London's rain-soaked streets to California's sunlit boulevards, one thing is clear. This royal decision has become a global moment, echoing far beyond palace walls. The royal ban isn't just a headline, it's a wound, felt deeply on both sides of the Atlantic. Trafalgar Square, rain and crowds gather, faces tense, voices roar. A young woman, tears in her eyes. "I grew up believing in the royal family. This breaks my heart." An older man clutching a Union Jack. "We've seen scandals before, but never like this. It feels like the country itself is splitting." Street interviews, angry. Street interviews, pleading for reconciliation. Street interviews, stunned into silence. Cut to New York City, a bustling cafe. A college student scrolls through her phone, voice trembling. "We always thought they were untouchable." Now, it's like watching a family fall apart in front of the whole world. A middle-aged woman shakes her head. It's not just about royalty, it's about forgiveness, about family. Instagram stories, candlelit vigils flash across the screen. TikToks of Americans sharing their thoughts. TikToks of Brits sharing their thoughts. One tweet reads, No family should be torn apart like this, sending love to everyone hurting right now. Another reads, #Royal ban isn't just about protocol, it's about people. Close-ups, faces in the crowd, weeping. Close-ups, faces, angry. Close-ups, faces, lost for words. From London, the public's reaction is raw and real. From Los Angeles, the reaction is the same. This isn't just a royal crisis, it's a human one. What's at stake? Trust. What's at stake? Loyalty. What's at stake? The hope for healing. Fade out on flickering candles, fade out on tear-streaked faces, as the storm outside Buckingham Palace rages on. As the world reels from the ban, the question looms. What does this mean for the monarchy's future? Cut to sweeping visuals of historic royal portraits, generations of faces, each bearing the weight of legacy. Animated graphics reveal the official line of succession, names and faces highlighted in order, with one branch now unmistakably grayed out. Expert voices cut in. The British monarchy's strength has always been its ability to adapt, but this is unprecedented. To formally exclude a senior royal and his descendants from the line, it sends shockwaves through the institution. A constitutional expert weighs in. The ban challenges not just tradition, but the crown's very image. The monarchy is supposed to stand above personal conflict. Yet now, the public sees a family feud playing out in real time, with real consequences for the succession. Charts and archival footage illustrate past moments when the line of succession shifted. Abdications, divorces, scandals. Animated arrows trace the path from the Queen to Charles to William, and then a sudden blinking gap where Harry and his children once stood. A royal commentator's voice. Public trust is fragile. Every decision the palace makes is scrutinized, especially now. If the crown is seen as vindictive or divided, it risks alienating the very people it needs to survive, the public. The screen splits. On one side, a majestic coronation ceremony. On the other, social media posts calling for reform, even abolition. As the monarchy faces a new era, one question hangs in the air. Can the crown weather this storm, or will this fracture mark the beginning of the end for a 1,000-year-old institution? Fade out on the royal crest, subtly cracked. As the dust settles from the seismic ban, the camera glides through empty palace halls. Ornate corridors, echoing footsteps. Portraits of kings and queens look on. Triumphs, tragedies. The legacy of the royal family, shaped by moments of crisis. Tonight, that legacy is being rewritten, not just in law, but in the hearts of a nation. Diana's image flickers, compassion, struggles, rebellion against tradition. For many, her story was a promise the monarchy could evolve, that it could feel. Now her sons stand on opposite sides of a chasm. Experts, this isn't just a family feud, it's history in the making. The decisions of today will echo for generations. Crowds outside palace gates, faces young, faces old, mourning, flowers and candles. Protest, signs and chants. The monarchy's mystique relied on unity, the illusion of unbreakable bonds. But with this fracture, the veil is lifted. What will the future remember? The institution's survival, the personal cost within its gilded cage. Will the crown endure, or will this be the wound that never quite heals? The royal crest cast in shadow. Music swells, heavy with loss. In the end, history will judge not just the rulers, but the choices that shaped their legacy, and the price each was willing to pay. This is the news that is shocking the world tonight. Sources inside Kensington Palace have confirmed a new permanent directive has been issued by the Prince of Wales regarding the protocol for all future state occasions. It confirms what many have long suspected. The exile of the Sussexes is now official, and it is forever. The source is clear. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have been permanently removed from the invitation list for all major public-facing royal ceremonies, most notably the annual Trooping the Colour. This is not a temporary measure. This is a line drawn in stone. The message is simple. You are no longer part of the official life of this family. Why this and why now? Palace insiders say the decision was made by Prince William personally, with the full support of the King. He reportedly feels that the constant circus of drama surrounding the Sussexes is a direct threat to the stability of the crown, and in the wake of his wife's health crisis, he is in zero-tolerance mode. This is the act of a future king choosing the institution over his brother. And the reaction from California? A brief, dignified, but telling statement. A spokesperson said, "The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are focused on their family and their work in California. No anger, no sadness, just a cool public acceptance that the final door has been closed." But sources close to the couple say they are devastated. And so this is how it ends. Not with a reconciliation, but with a quiet, administrative decree. The two sons of Diana, once inseparable, now live in different worlds, separated by an ocean of resentment. The personal rift is now a matter of permanent, royal policy. Prince William has made his choice. A choice to protect his wife, his monarchy, and his destiny at the cost of his only brother. The ban is forever, and the fairy tale of the two princes is officially over. Please subscribe to our channel History Documentary Hub for more insightful videos and intriguing content.